Hello, this is my Civil War re-upload, and there will be spoilers because it's been out for a week. I'm doing a re-upload because I was just never satisfied with the original, and now I have my good camera back so I can give you a better picture. And like I said, spoilers will be here. Peggy Carter dies, but if you haven't seen this yet, watch Ant-Man first. Watch Ant-Man first. It sets up a lot for this movie. There are a lot of nice little subtle touches. We get an explanation not only of his powers, but stuff that shows up a lot in the fight that he's a part of, and politics he references. This movie is centered around politics and reactions referenced in that movie, and the end of trailer scene, the end credits scene, where everything's ended. I don't know. Well, okay, the first one. I don't know how they're going to do Ant-Man and the Wasp based on how this ends, but we actually get Civil War footage at the very end of Ant-Man. So watch it first, and then I have with me some points I want to discuss. There are 3 viewpoints in this movie. Honestly, I think that's a first, and has me very eager to see Thor Ragnarok, because there's the obligatory scenes with the villain, but it's Cap's story. It explores Tony Stark and his feelings, his situation, what's going on with him after Iron Man 3. They wrapped him up in Phase 2, so we don't actually get a Phase 3 Iron Man outside of this. Turns out blowing up his suits did not save his relationship. He and Pepper are on a break. I'm seriously wondering if he's really over that PTSD. I don't know anyone who got over something that really shook them that hard, that quickly. How did he just get over that so fast? It's really gonna put him through the ringer in this movie. We know in Winter Soldier that Winter Soldier's almost certainly the one who killed Tony's parents. We know from Captain America 2 that Tony and his father did not get on well. Given that they're Generation Xerox, it would be more unsettling if they did. And the villain is Zemo, and he plays both sides like a fiddle. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But if you wanted the people who signed the papers to actually not run off on their own when things started looking weird, like Tony does, don't put Thunderbolt Ross in charge. I mean, that's better than what we had in the actual comics for Civil War. But in his first appearance, he's the guy who said, a bomb is a bomb. A bra bomb is the H bomb, is a neutron bomb, is a biological material dispersal unit. And he hasn't really grown that much since then on that front. At least not enough to be particularly relatable. Captain America is trying to deal with the Winter Soldier problem from the last movie. He has a very personal problem, and the world has a mix between personal and political. They have to catch this guy because of all the things he did and all the things he can still be made to do with keywords that Zemo steals and uses. That's the one scene where I was really disappointed in the writing. I mean, they try to make it. They said in an interview with Screenshot that they try to make it honest, trailer proof, and it shows in this movie. It shows in the last. It shows in Winter Soldier. I want to see more of the Russo brothers, even if it's not a superhero movie or an adaptation. I think they do good work based on these two movies. But here's where they drop the ball. A psychologist is brought in to assess the Winter Soldier when he's in captivity, and then suddenly there's an electromagnetic pulse that knocks out the building, and he's using weird little keywords, and I'm not sure, looking back, who can actually hear him saying these words, but the electromagnetic pulse knocks out the building right as the interrogation's going on. Dude, the guards should be shutting down that interview right then, right there. This is an administration-wide mess by not doing that, and then by not recognizing, hey, we should be looking into that doctor fellow. Why didn't he die? If Winter Soldier just flipped out and started attacking people, why didn't the person nearest to him when he was chained up in a box get injured? The Avengers. You know who's going to be on Cap's side based on who's on Cap's team at the beginning of the movie, where they're battling Crossbones, cause an incident because superpowers do not make it with Deus Ex Machina, and that I have a hard time seeing what else Wanda could have done. I mean, she could have just maybe tried to bury the bomb that Crossbones uses to try to take himself out with Cap, and there's one reason why Cap has to find Bucky is because people know to push that button and they know how to control him by using the Winter Soldier against him. Just the idea. And, well, that causes an incident, and everyone who's on Cap's team either flips to help him or helps him. In the end, only he and Bucky escape, and it's really not much of an escape. They're walking into a trap where and Tony's invited by showing that oh, the psychologist is not actually on the level. The guy who's suspicious, the reason I just said, is actually suspicious. So he shuts down the audio while in the surveillance while he's interviewing the Falcon, saying, where is Cap going? And he goes off on his own. Black Panther goes after him, not with him. And how are these accords supposed to keep the superhuman population in check if the people who sign up are going off doing their own thing anyway? Alright, speaking of Cap and Cap and Iron Man, they each get a speech. Sharon Carter, the neighbor from the last movie, finally becomes Steve's love interest, and well, at Peggy's eulogy, she gives a speech that her Aunt Peggy gave her, and when he's visiting Spider-Man, Spider-Man gives Tony Stark his philosophy about why he does what he does, even without training or proper equipment. Because it's a very fresh and original take on power responsibility. It's just like into it. Okay, I've got this. I got to do this. If you have something that no one else can do, you are you want to be using it to help people. And well, Tony's a lot like that in a lot of ways. This reaffirms his belief and actually strengthens his convictions. And this helps bring them to a head. Speaking of Spider-Man and Iron Man, there was the Iron Spider costume after they critically panned the other comic that got destroyed in Civil War when Spider-Man switched sides, and let's just say I've never seen Spider-Man in civvy spandex quite like that. Like he is in the footage that Iron Man shows. We get the iconic two styles of eyes with the moving contacts after Tony gives him upgrades. Yeah, this is probably the most annoying pop culture spouting. Deadpool would want to hang out with this guy. He would not want to hang out with Deadpool, Spider-Man I've ever seen, because he mentions The Empire Strikes Back when he tries to use cords to bring down Giant Man, just like that movie. Also, Scott Lang becomes the Giant Man. Nice. He gets wiped out, though. Very tired, and he says, "Hello, I can go on, I can go on." Iron Man says, "Stay." And he stays. Oh, that was funny. He was actually a very funny guy. I honestly don't think that Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was that funny in hindsight. I never saw the Andrew Garfield one. Maybe if someone pays me enough, I will. I don't like the actor's comments, and I don't like the look of it. I'm not interested. Moving on. Black Panther character arc. Black Panther character arc. Black Panther starts out talking like he's all for the Accords, like people should be doing this, signing up, acting in response to other people. Then he goes on in a revenge arc right after his father's killed by a man we're supposed to think he's the Winter Soldier, until it's revealed, oh wait, no, it's not the Winter Soldier. He's not even under programming, he's just being impersonated. But except the revenge arc keeps going till the end of the movie when he realizes, wait, it was a frame-up and it was all leading to this. It's not going to release a bunch of Winter Soldiers with super serum. He just wants Captain America and Iron Man to kill each other. So he puts vengeance aside at the very end of the movie, captures Zemo, stops him from committing suicide, and makes sure that he's a prisoner for a long time. Although Zemo says, in a way, he says that he thinks he won because the Avengers now split. They're a lot less strong than they were. They have to be enemies, even though they want to help each other. So he got his revenge after all. In the end, Black Panther puts Bucky on ice at Bucky's request, shelters him and Captain America in Wakanda, and may have been involved in the breakout at the very end, off screen. Wakanda looks pretty cool in that last shot. There's a huge panther statue, mountains, clouds, very beautiful. And not the cliched marketplace that we saw in Avengers 2 that looks no different from the cliched marketplace that's in another country that is not the technologically most super advanced country in the Marvel Universe that we see in this movie. They do lose aid workers in that, in the bombing. Though, and that is a big piece of their conflict. It's who's who of the cinematic universe. Agent Carter, Thunderbolt Ross, Tony's father from the second Iron Man movie, those last Peggy Carter and Howard Stark, they came back for Iron Man. One more reason it should be seen first, because that was their big reintroduction. And after Phase 1. But Peggy's still the only one from the small screen who was in this movie. I'm not counting Howard because they use a different actor in those miniseries. And I'm wondering, in the comic, Quake was created for Secret War, and I'm not going to get into that because that just sends me off on an angry rant. But she's brought back, she's conscripted back in a Civil War tie-in, and I gotta ask something. Why was no one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this? I mean, why was no one from Netflix in this? I mean, the draft pick by the Russo brothers, it was Netflix and it was the movies. I don't think they, maybe aside from Coulson, the Screen Junkies, where they did a draft pick of who they would want on their respective sides to fight. I don't think they picked anyone from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. I didn't see anyone from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, and the president from Iron Man 3 is in the Avengers TV show. So he knows Coulson's alive. Sif knows Coulson's alive. Hydra, all of Hydra knows Coulson's alive. Why does this not come up in the movies? There was that massive data dump in Winter Soldier. Why? Does anyone know? More to the point, does anyone care? I used to watch that show with my mom. It would suck if it was such a footnote. And I hope they bring Sif back for more, but after Ragnarok, which is named after the event where everybody in Norse mythology dies in one big battle, I don't know how they're going to approximate Bucky's children, Loki's children, into that one, but there's really not a lot to discuss about that in here. It's just, why was no one from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this? But there's really nothing left except to say I am looking forward to Ragnarok. I mean, Hulk's going to play a part, we've been told that. We finally get to see the Hulk in another non-Avengers movie. Do we get to see the leader? Do we get to see the leader? Come on, all the way back in Edward Norton's Hulk. No leader? Okay. Seriously wondering if anyone from Asgard will be alive after Phase 3. Infinity War, yeah, I'm talking about comic book spoilers. So, you don't like it? Well, stop it here, because I'm about to talk about Infinity War. Infinity War, well, we saw at the end of Avengers 2, Thanos grabs the gauntlet, and he's trying to, we know from other movies, he's trying to get all the Infinity Stones, and he's been lending some off for more to get others more power, and, well, Infinity War is when he has all 6 stones in that gauntlet, and he destroys half of all life in the universe. Half of all life. The Vision uses the Mind Stone as his power source. I would not expect him to survive when he's relieved of it. Maybe there's a backup charge, or some residual energy, maybe he gets it back, wakes up, I don't know. But he's parting from that. That much is clear. Or it's remotely siphoning, but in any case, Thanos is getting that Mind Stone. And Lorelei in the comics was not present on Asgard when Loki's machinations brought it crashing down, and so, I mean, she's a prisoner there now, thanks to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but which introduced her. So she might survive, or she might be another footnote and will be presumed dead and never touched on again. I remember the old Bill Bixby movies where they tried to launch Thor, and he had this line for Hulk, "This will send you back to hell, troll!" Well, there are actual trolls in Asgard where everyone's super strong. Does Hulk go to Asgard and face off with the trolls? That would actually be an interesting fight. Hulk's suddenly confused because he has to fight a bunch of things so high up on the power level that their combined might stands to overwhelm him. I don't know if we're going to get to see that, but that would actually be very interesting because it would be the first time we saw it. We couldn't see it with Lou Ferrigno, sadly. But, I think this would, actually work. We're looking ahead to Doctor Strange. Probably as part of Phase 3, because we're not getting the, Infinity War trailers yet, but we're getting, Doctor Strange trailers. That's very hard to adapt to the visual, as the 70s proved. I think Benedict Cumberbatch is qualified, but I got no idea what's in store. I mean, nothing in the trailer mentions Dormammu or Mordo or any of that. So I really don't know what we're in for, except that shot of him from behind with the cape. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's it, that's all. I don't know what I'm gonna have for you next time, but I'll see you when I see you. If you have any requests, Please keep in mind that subscribers get first picks. Alright. Till next time.